linguistics, and he holds a PhD in Nyaya. He has led several universities, including Karnataka Sanskrit University and the Kavi Kulaguru Kalidas Sanskrit University. He has also played a pivotal.
Literature binds together its various languages and creates a shared intellectual and cultural heritage.
Now I request Professor Srinivas Parkedi to give his valedictory address.
Namasabhai Santikshayi. In India, when we go back for home, we speak in Hindi, Kannada, Tamil, and we become multilingual, and we live in Bharat. Whether we are living in Bharat or India, we don't know. But we are trying to move towards Bharat. So that's how the signs are seen everywhere. Today's conference discussed about India as one linguistic area, and from multidisciplinary perspective, from education to yoga, and education is starting point, yoga is of course the goal of life. Everywhere these different disciplines also play or influence or impact our, not only our thinking, our behavior, but our language. They govern our languages. And there's a profound thinking about language, whether the language influences our thought, whether our thoughts and behaviors influence our language. Many times I think that the language is the key. Even Bhartrhari accepted it. He says, Nasosti pratyayo loke yashabdanugamadrite. All our thinking process is governed by language. Dekha, Sanskrit as a thread in one linguistic area बनाने के लिए जो भारत का अखंड भाषिक क्षेत्र के रूप में, अखंड भाषिक क्षेत्र के रूप में, ये अनेक भाषाएं हैं लेकिन ये अखंड है. सो अखंड भाषिक क्षेत्र के रूप में भारत को आइडेंटिफाई करने में भारत के एक सूत्र के रूप में संस्कृत काम करता है. ये नहीं कि संस्कृत से सभी भाषाएं निकले, नहीं, मैं मानता नहीं, मैं खुद नहीं मानता. और when people ask me whether Sanskrit is mother of all languages, not in the genetic sense, वहाँ से निकला है नहीं मानता. लेकिन मैं जरूर ये बोलता हूँ कि आप धीरे धीरे आपका रिफाइन करते जाएंगे तो ये सारी भाषाएं एक दिन संस्कृत बनेगी. कन्नड़, तमिल, गुजराती and Telugu, all these languages, when they refine themselves, it is target language, it is source language. What to do to keep this as one linguistic area, that is also very important for us. एक उपनिषद में एक कहावत है, बहुत पुराना है, वाचारंभणम विकारो नामधेयम मृत्तिकेत्येव सत्यम. वाचारंभणम विकारो नामधेयम, ये जो मृत्तिकेत्येव सत्यम, वाचा आरंभणम, it emerges from the vak, and it is a kind of vikara. The languages that we come across around us are just vikaras, because everyone, when he pronounces in different ways. Therefore, we cannot say that somebody's language is perfect, somebody is not perfect. Everyone, whoever we consider that, everyone speaks in different way, and we consider. Therefore, we cannot say that this is the correct spelling and this is the correct way of speaking. Everything is vikara. Then something which is very pertinent, which has not seen any vikara. इंट्रैक्शंस ऑफ ग्लोबल लैंग्वेजेस, इंट्रैक्शन अभी एक भारत का कई कुछ लैंग्वेज से इंट्रैक्शन होता है ऐसा नहीं है. No, global languages will start interacting with each other through AI. Every language will come into the picture, and suddenly the interactions will become more and more, and then one language start influencing the other language. We don't know how after 20-30 years what sort of languages people understand and speak. We can't imagine, and therefore these interactions will destroy the linguistic areas. They destroy. तो होने दीजिए क्या होने वाला है. लेकिन when we see this kind of destruction, we also see the destruction of thoughts and thinking process and our existence. ये एक तरह का भारतीय किसी देश का, ऐसा भारत का नहीं बता रहा हूँ, even for that matter any sort of identity is under crisis. तो लैंग्वेज के साथ थॉट्स एंड कल्चर जुड़ी हुई है. इसका एक बहुत बड़ा डेंजर पॉइंट है. मैं दो उदाहरण के साथ बताना चाहता हूँ. देखिए, टेस्ट अलग है. आज हमने खाया, यहाँ पर खाया, उसका रुचि प्राप्त करने के लिए कुछ संस्कार चाहिए. किसी को संस्कार नहीं है तो रुचि नहीं होगी. और रुचि से एक जो नया कॉमन जो बनता है वो रस बनता है. वो एक जो मैसूर का और आज हमने खाया क्या है, वो केरल का, वो केरल का रस है. उसको वहाँ तक आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए केवल हमारे जिह्वा से नहीं हो सकता है. उसके लिए कुछ उस केवल का कुछ संस्कार चाहिए और उसके बाद कुछ आइडेंटिटी चाहिए. केरल का एक रस होता है, तो वो सारे लैंग्वेज में एम्बेडेड है. इसको हमने खो लिया तो रुचि रस चला गया, तो बाद में हमारे केवल बच जाएगा, केवल जो प्राणी खाते हैं वैसे हम खाना शुरू कर देते हैं. तो हमारे कल्चर से जुड़ी हुई, संस्कार संस्कृति जुड़ी हुई, तो उसको संस्कृत को इसको करना पड़ेगा. ये अनिवार्य है, हमारे आइडेंटिटी के लिए अनिवार्य है. इसलिए तो आज इस से बाहर जाने के लिए हमारे मैंने तो 3 आइडेंटिफाई किया है. एक इन्फ्लुएंस करने वाला स्थान 3 है. वन इज मीडियम, स्कूल का एजुकेशन मीडियम. द सेकेंड वन इज मीडिया. थर्ड वन इज मार्केट. They are created through media and they are created through education medium. Therefore, medium में ये हमारा हाथ में है. तो मीडियम कैसे क्रिएट करेंगे वो हमारे हाथ में है. Then media, in some sense, media is also in our hands. If we can use these two and then we can influence the market, then I think our world will. तो living one linguistic area. भारत को रक्षा करने में आसान हो जाता है. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
In languages in India, across, of course, as you mentioned, Sanskrit is the thread connecting all the languages. It is in the biology there is a convergence. I am basically biologist, and you can see this there is a Israeli species. I don't know whether you are aware of it. Then the seawater, when we mix it in the zone called Israeli zone, where the species are, either the fish or any plants or any other animals, they are different. The salt concentration is diversified. So along formed, and then their mixing cultures, and then their language is also mixed up. I have seen in the, say, suppose here, you can see in between Andhra and Orissa, Perampur, and there is a lot of convergence. And similarly, in Karnataka, you find Andhra and Karnataka, one side, the Ballari district, something, there is a lot of convergence. And similarly, Maharashtra and Karnataka, there is convergence in the some border districts. But here, their language is a bit of lot of convergence. And their food habits are different, and we have seen some of the plants and animals also. They are somewhat different, especially in the aquatic zones, etc. They are different. See, this is where we see this interdisciplinary aspect. I am talking about the biological concern. This convergence is seen in the different zones that we say is transitional zones. Either it is temperature zones or saline zones or any other factor, pollution sources, etc. Pollution where it is there less and go, then there is an in between there is some animals. There are specific indicators we call as. Only you find specifically those areas. Only you find those species. Like that, when you talk about, when you are talking about interdisciplinary, many of the culturally, there are many cultural aspects. When you look into it, there is a convergence. One state.
Because language is one that is reflected in all disciplines, and if all disciplines can come together and look into the commonness of our systems as well as the way we look at the reality, there could be a possibility to understand from various perspectives, not in silos, but in multidisciplinary perspective, to understand the whole reality that we are looking. So I thank all the participants from all multidisciplines for giving us any thoughts, and